Cyber Monday shopping. Think of all the blue light exposure on this single day. While looking for deals, is blue light protection something you or your secret Santa should add to the cart?
So the tinted sunscreen is this UV restore, and it has a mix of the transparent zinc oxide, but then it'll also protect from that blue light.
Dr. Basia Michalski is a dermatologist at Siteman Cancer Center on the Washington University Medical Campus.
Assistant professor in medicine in the Division of Dermatology, and I'm a Mohs surgeon, treating skin cancers with surgery and then also doing cosmetic dermatology.
Dr. Michalski says there's a lot to learn about blue light exposure from our devices, especially with the way people are glued to computers and phones. Cyber Monday is a peak time, so maybe it's time to give it some thought.
There are a lot of studies ongoing in vitro and then also in vivo, so looking to see how blue light could affect skin cells, in the lab setting, but then also how could it affect skin at a patient level. I think that there will be more and more studies coming out, especially because I don't see our exposure from blue light going down anytime soon with our computers and smartphones.
Studies are focused on any possible risk of skin cancer and skin damage from blue light exposure.
I haven't seen that blue light could necessarily lead to skin cancer. I think most of the research right now is showing that blue light can accelerate photoaging.
And to what extent? While not enough is fully known about blue light exposure, there is support for investigation.
What we're finding more and more recently is that the majority of radiation from the sun that actually reaches the earth is actually in the form of visible light, which would include blue light. So blue light is part of the visible light spectrum, and blue light has the highest energy of the visible light, and it is thought that possibly it could accelerate photoaging.
So Dr. Michalski follows the research closely and informs patients who should ask about blue light exposure concerns.
So what they found is that blue light can increase certain things in our skin. So something called reactive oxygen species, and then also increasing the level of what we call MMPs or matrix metalloproteinases. Those two combined can accumulate, and if enough of that accumulates, it could lead to damage to our skin cells. So it could lead to more pigmentation or brown spots. It can also break down collagen faster and also decrease our levels of elasticity in our skin, so lead to more like skin sagging. So most of the attention on blue light has more to do with photoaging than necessarily skin cancer.
Michalski has also examined the research about blue light protection.
There are new sunscreens that could protect from blue light, and so maybe patients should look to invest in some of those. To actually protect from blue light, sunscreens have to actually be visible on the skin. So tinted sunscreens are really actually more helpful to protect from blue light because they can reflect that blue light. So tinted sunscreens, the thing that actually gives them tint is an ingredient called iron oxide. And so there are a bunch of different formulations of different amounts of iron oxide or different colors of iron oxide, and those can protect from blue light.
So while holiday shopping online, should tinted sunscreen be added to the list?
The biggest difference with this one is that this is tinted.
She believes the technology for tinted sunscreen products needs more development before people really embrace them.
Tinted sunscreen is sometimes a hard sell for patients who feel like that tint is not matching their skin type. So I think if we could improve our technology to the point where a sunscreen feels good on the skin, for men it's hard to convince them to wear a tinted sunscreen. So I've handed my husband tinted sunscreen. He was like, "What is this makeup that you've handed me?" So I think that that's, another thing we have to work on is we want our sunscreens to be appealing to everyone. We need to be better at creating tints that match all skin types.